think it's okay. And if it doesn't, record.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Gigi. Yeah. So we today are talking about Chinese medicine and TCM, which is traditional Chinese medicine. Do you have heard about yin and yang theory? Of course. I think this is pretty well known. This is usually referred to a unique principle. The principle is one, and this is actually the Tao or the Tao, depend on the transaction. You ever heard about the Tao? Okay, so the Tao is both, is the yin and yang together. So it's the unique principle. That's why it's only one thing that creates the other things. It creates the opposite. So in Chinese, they refer about the dark and the sunny side of the hill. So this is the hill, we have the sun, this is the shadow. So this part, this is yang, sorry about that, and this is going to be yin. That's in the morning. In the morning you have this situation. Then you go in the evening, you have the sun is here and the shade is here. So you have the yin and the yang. It's exactly reverse. So yin and yang is not principle that you think they are fixed. They move. So what is yin today, later it becomes yang. So they transform, they move into one another, and then yeah, that's basically the basic concept. To translate the yin and yang into a principle, it's like, to understand this, we use the brain, our culture and our mind is prone to dualism. We think about two different opposites. So we're thinking about light and dark. Is that two things for you? Are there two things? Do you think this is two different things? Well, usually dark does not exist. It's the lack of light. You have the light, you don't have the dark. You don't have the light, you have the dark. So dark is a consequence of having or not having light. That's the unique principle. So do you understand? This is in the cosmos, not in the planet. We see that two things is the dualism, and then we can go like talking about health. So if you think about health and disease, people think that health is something and disease is something. But this does not exist. Of course, if you focus on disease, you're gonna see this reality. But if you focus on health, when you get here, you will never have any disease. So focus on your health rather than focus on the disease. This is the unique principle, and that's why in China, a long time ago, the doctor was paid from the people they were not healed, for the healthy people. And the doctor was going around and giving them session, changing the diet, understanding what there may be the problem, and they paid the doctor because they could work. And if somebody was ill and couldn't go to work, the doctor has to go there and do the job for free. So the society was healthy, and the interest was in having people healthy. In our Western society, the interest is in disease. The doctor only get money if people are sick. They don't get money if people are not sick. So that's why everybody is concerned about disease. They give you pills. They give you, I don't want to enter into this discriminatory things, but the concept is completely different. So, everything is okay? So, I would say also going into principle, because we have to understand the principles. if we talk about emotions, emotion follows the law all of nothing. You don't have a part of it. The discrimination of something is referred to the logical mind. To the real things, to the cosmos, is only one thing. So if you're talking about freedom, everybody understands what is freedom. But the opposite of freedom is slavery, okay? I would put it there, slavery. So I would say slavery does not exist. It only exists if people are not free. Actually, somebody says, and a Japanese doctor says that freedom only exists in slavery. And that's pretty makes sense, because only the slave needs to be free, wants to be free. If somebody is free already, they don't need to be free, they already have. So freedom only exists in slavery. This is a concept. Does it sound right to you or not?
Well, it depends on what level and grounds you actually take the word freedom. Because if it is inner freedom, you can be a slave. But then at the same time, if you are grounded and centered within yourself, and you do feel the freedom within your mind and within your spiritual and emotional side, that's the freedom. If it is the physical side of freedom, that's different. That's what applies here.
Yeah, okay, but whether it's physical or it's emotional or mental, you can feel not, if you don't feel free, something happen in your life, inside. If you're not free inside, you're not free outside.
Oh, absolutely. So
Yeah?
talking about
So if you're not free outside, you may not be free inside unless you live in a dream. But I mean, this is different reality. But talking about freedom, people that have a freedom problem, they have a difficulty on the side. They don't choose. They don't, because if you're free, you can choose. If you're not free, you don't choose. There is a bond. There is a boundary, So, and carry on in the concept like justice. So justice, this is a concept, and then we have injustice. If you want to put this into a unique principle, I would say something can be just or not. It cannot be just for 90% and 10% is injustice. It's like for freedom, it's like for health, it's like for any principle that follow the law of all or nothing. So this is where we want to talk about in Chinese medicine. We are talking about a unique principle that is divided into two, and they say that the Tao is one and generate the two. The two is the yin and yang, and they can change, one can control another, one transform into another, and they are mutual cooperating, and the two generate the 1,000 things, because it's a kind of generator. It's very important to understand the basic principle when we want to understand the disharmony in somebody, like a stomach problem, for example. A stomach problem can be yin or yang. If it's yang, it's too much heat. If it's yin, it's too much cold. For example, if it's too much cold in the stomach, the valve will open and we will have a acidic reflux. So we need to put more yang. We need to warm it up, and usually we do it with moxa. If it's too much yang, it's too much heat, and too much heat in the stomach probably is due by emotional imbalance. Like if somebody lives in anger all the time, that can affect the stomach and can create an ulcer. So in that case, I should give a yin treatment. In the other case, I should give a yang treatment. So it's not just like allopathy that if somebody has a stomach problem, they give the same pill to everyone and they don't understand why, and they don't relate to the person. They only relate to the symptoms. It's a completely different theory. So that's why I want to give as Sarah, an explanation of the principle, because when you have the principle and you understand that, it's easy. And actually, it's easy. So how do we generate yin and how do we generate yang? Yin, it's from the planet, it refers to the centrifugal force. So yin, this is in the planet. I don't know how to put it down. The planet generates yin and yang. This is the sorry about that, centrifugal. Centrifugal force. So that means that at the equator, the centrifugal force is stronger than at the pole, and so you have big leaf, big fruit, big animal, okay? And this is compensate because the planet is intelligent. So we have a centrifugal force at the equator where the climate is very hot. That means that it's yang. So hot climate, yin animals, yin products, yin, okay? And does it make sense? And if you are in the north, in the pole, you have a yang, which is the gravity force, and then the planet compensates with yin, which is cold. So you have, for example, coffee and ginseng. We think they are both excitant, something that stimulates. Okay, so just get rid of this. Okay, the example that I want to do to understand centrifugal force and gravity force is to understand the difference between coffee and ginseng. We think that they are both, excitant. But coffee is a fruit. This is a fruit, and it's born in hot countries, hot climates, okay? And this is a root, and live in a cold Siberia. How can they be the same? So, because yin generates yang and yang generates yin, coffee lives in a hot place, which is yang. So, in nature, is cold and is yin. Is yin because it can counteract the yang of the climate. And ginseng lives in a cold climate, so to counteract the effect of cold and is a root, is yang and is hot. So when you take coffee, you feel the effect of coffee. It is not the effect of coffee, because the coffee is yin, and the power, the nature of coffee is to cool down and to dilate, expand. So your heart, because it has a substance that affects your heart and also your body, in reaction to this, it contracts. It's like when you go out in the cold, your body contracts. When you go out in the hot, your body relaxes, because it do the opposite. So this is so Coffee make you yin, make you cold, make you slow down, and then you need to take more coffee and give you an addiction. Without coffee, then you are really cold, really yin, and you don't do anything. You need a coffee to get by. This is the opposite. You take the ginseng make you, it's contracting in nature and hot, so the first reaction to ginseng is just relax, because you take something that contracts you so much and your body relax, but in time it gives you contract. And then if you exaggerate with ginseng, you're going to have, tension inside, problem in the, in the tension, in the nerves, this is generally. Then of course everybody is different. If I find a young person, I need to, maybe coffee is good for that. But if I find a yin person and I give coffee, I'm going to make it even more yin. Does it make sense? That's the importance of knowing the principle. Come back, yeah? So, I want to do this. I want to talk about the stars, the planet, and the cosmological cycle, and to see how everything is related. In Chinese medicine, even the soul has the yin and yang aspect. They have the animal soul, which dies with the body and is pertaining in the planet and is our body, and the ethereal soul that doesn't die with the body, it's contained in the universe and we flow in the universe. So the bridge between the environment, the planet, and us, it's our organs system. Our organ system is the bridge. We have two systems. One is called I don't know if it works in English, but anterior heaven. Anterior heaven, they say cielo anteriore. How would you translate cielo anteriore? Anterior heaven is when the baby is in the mother's womb, and the 12 organs that related to the meridian channel, they don't work. The lungs doesn't work, the kidney doesn't work, all the organs, they don't work. Only the heart is beating, but that's it. All the rest is the mother do, and the body is growing, and this is the anterior heaven, and that's the system. Then we born, and we have to face the planet. So we need to eat, breathe in order for us to create our body, our flesh, our everything of us. And that is the posterior heaven. We are talking about the bridge from the anterior and the posterior heaven. How would our body do to produce, to maintain this anterior and grow and develop and live in a place which is the planet, and we have all the equipment to do that, but I need food and I need to breathe, basically transforming the planet into us, and the bridge is the blood. The blood is the bridge. I smoke a cigarette, it goes in the blood. I take a coffee, it goes in. Everything goes into the blood, and the blood can transform into produce everything that we need. Okay. Clear? Now we are here. The blood. The blood is yin. The blood is yang. Yin is a substance, is the matter, is the liquid, the red one. That's the blood. And we go to the doctor and they check you the blood and they say if you have this or that because of the blood. In Western medicine, they only consider this. in Chinese medicine, we consider these two. What is the yang of the blood? The yang is a function, the yang is energy. So the yang in the blood, this is in relation with the organs. All the organs, mainly spleen, pancreas, but all the organs. This is the product, and this is our sense organs.
Hold on, sorry. Is the product of what?
Yin and yang, we have a matter and the energy,
Right, okay.
and they go together. If I take alcohol, for example, which is physical, and I drink, I alter my yin and I alter my yang and my sense organs. Okay? So the sense organs are related to the organs because liver opens into the eye, spleen opens into the mouth, and heart opens into the tongue, and you know, a kidney opens into the ear. So our sense organs and our organs, and this is the organs in the posterior heaven. What we can treat? We cannot treat the anterior heaven. We can, but not now. What I want you to understand is these sense organs is our sight, our touch, our smell. The way we perceive the reality is our consciousness. Consciousness, yeah. The sense organs is our consciousness. If we faint, we don't perceive anything. We're still alive, but we lose the consciousness because we lose the sense organs. And this is in relation to the blood. Yeah? Follow me. Now, the blood is red. You know why it's red? That's the connection from the stars. We go down to the consciousness. I can't spell it. Okay. So the blood is red because there is iron. Okay, so if we take a frog, the frog is green because they have copper. They have a different metal. So where do the metal come from? Where do the iron come from? Because we are taking our body, takes, and you need iron substances and create. It's like an engine. So the iron is in the planet. Is in the planet. It's full of iron. We make bridges, you know, ships, like airplane, everything. So much iron here, yeah? The iron is created in the stars up there when there is a supernova, where they explode. It's the higher temperature, they create all the metals, iron, copper, all the metals are created in the stars. So this planet was a star, and then it's allowed life. So we are, what do you say, star seed? Star seed? Star, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, we are. And our blood is the bridge, but the bridge is not the blood, because the blood is the product of our organs. And our organs must be in harmony, in equilibrium, and that is important the way you eat and the food, because the food create this matter. Yeah, okay. It's the food. If I don't eat properly, my blood is not good, and my consciousness is not good at the end of the day. So that's why we say that healthy body or healthy mind in a healthy body. And I want to say, because Chinese medicine it's interacting also with emotion, they have, we're talking about the disease, the cause The causes of disease are two. There's not many etiology like in our yin and yang, yeah? Okay? So yin is matter, substance, and it can be food in that case. What I eat, okay, food and what I breathe. Anything that enter into my body and my body process it. And yang is energy. What can it be? Emotions. This is the causes of disease. Here you have food and you have the planet. Because the planet enters inside of us through food. So if I eat cold food, I'm going to end up cold. If I eat damp food, okay, so my body rebalance. But if I have no logic, if I eat processed food, and the emotion can deeply interact with this. Because if I'm really upset and I eat, that transforms into toxic in the body. I can't digest, etc. So that's pretty simple, yeah? So this is the yin and yang. It's very simple. Centripetal force, division of the same thing, it has two aspects. Everything has two aspects. Cool, yeah? Spot on. Yeah. Now, we want to have a clinical, practical application of this. Practical clinical application of this. What do we do? For example, can you tell me if you have any ailment, any problem, anything, or anything that you want to know, like come up with a pathology, whatever. Do you have any question? And we can unravel it and see into yin and yang.
Diabetes.
Okay, you go with a tough one, fine. Yeah? No, it's okay. Tough one for the Western medicine. For Chinese medicine, you can heal diabetes in 1 month. Even 20 years diabetes in 1 month, they don't have it. But then, of course, if they deplete the organs, they need to stay at that range. Diabetes?
It's a suggestion.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe something more physical in the external of the body, like pain, whatever. Okay, let's
What about
Pain is in what, joint pain?
like arthritis?
Yeah, joint pain,
Joint pains.
osteoporosis.
okay. Joint pain.
Can they go together? Osteoporosis and joint pain?
Yeah. Well, we have to understand if it's yin or yang, the first thing. The first thing we have to understand, is it a yin pathology or a yang pathology? Which is pathology? It's a lack of equilibrium, it's an imbalance, because it's more yin and less yang. We have to, okay, sometimes it can be more yin, and of course if there's more yin, we have less yang, or it can be a lack of yang that generates more yin. So it can be an excess or a deficiency. So if we're talking about joint pain, if it's one joint, okay, it's only one knee that aches. This is not, when somebody say joint pain or joints pain, I would understand everywhere. So that's more a pathology, more arthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, which is, yeah, or this deep pathology. But they only develop through years. You don't get this kind of pathology one day. They develop in the imbalance, you first perceive the imbalance in the energetic state. So emotionally, and something is not good in this person's life, and then they start going into the body, somatize. If you're talking about one knee, it's probably, if there is no injury, if there is no any injury, probably is the balancing of the hip joint and the pelvis area. So to give you an example, I'm not a very good drawer, but this is a a man. Okay, wait. I'm gonna try to make it, okay. We have the shoulder here, okay, and then we have the hip here, okay, and the legs, right. Nice, yeah? So this joint is the knee, and the knee must be straight. If I have this situation here, okay, and the pelvis is like this, I'm gonna have this situation. So both knees are out of line, and one knee will have more weight than the other, but the pelvis can rotate in this position, in any position, can even rotate like this. So we need to adjust this situation and put the knee back straight, because if the knee is not straight, we're gonna have a problem. But you can see when people, they walk with one foot is open than the other, or the weight is not distributed good, they go to the heel, or you can see the people how they walk. So if it's the knee problem, I would say you need a body realignment, and also if the knee, it can be due for the feet, like a flat foot, and also this condition, it goes up here because the body tends to realign, so it goes up here, and it creates a condition in the shoulder too, and a condition in the mouth, because the flat are 5. So mouth, shoulder, hip, knee, and ankles. Any one of these is out of balance, all the others, they tend to rebalance. So this is a condition of balance. But if, for example, if you want to use acupressure point for sending the energy down and up, we have to understand the direction of energy. Okay, we have stomach and spleen. Then we have liver, gallbladder, and kidney, blood, and lung, large intestine, heart, small intestine. Okay. This is the all organs that we have in the post. I have the organ with liver and gallbladder, stomach and spleen. Start from here. The energy of the stomach and spleen has to go down, because if it goes up, we have a stomach reflux, we vomit, okay? So the energy direction is down. Liver and gallbladder, this is the meridian organs, but this is mainly the meridian, because the organs, they do other work. This is the meridian. When we treat the meridian and the acupuncture points, we need to consider the direction of energy. So liver and gallbladder, the energy goes up, because liver is an organ that it can only be in excess, can never be deficient. It always goes up, and if it goes up, it can invade stomach and spleen. It can go everywhere. It's kidney and bladder. It's the water. The energy, it stays still. It stays horizontal. It's kind of grounding. The energy is down. If kidney bladder doesn't work, you don't have all. This is the source of all the body, because we are made of water, and kidney govern water. So if they don't work, we don't have energy. In Chinese medicine, we can translate them as a battery. We have this battery, and when we're born, we have the battery that are full. And then we eat every day and we go sleep, so we use the energy of the planet and we don't consume our battery, but they still, they have cycles of 7-8 year cycles, they still consuming until you die. You die when you have no more energy. And then that's important to have a healthy life. And healthy life is not just what you eat, it's also what you do, and it's the satisfaction in life. There are many different ways. But the energy of the kidney is still, it supports all the others.
If you are depleted, the first thing that goes is the kidney.
Say again?
If you are depleted,
Yeah.
or if your body is depleted, the first thing that goes is the kidneys.
No, everything goes to the kidney. But if you're depleted, it's one day because you overwork and then you sleep like a stone, you recover. Yeah. But if you do every day, the thing is, you should go to bed before your energy is depleted of the day. So like, today I have 100 of energy. I consume 70 and then I go to sleep. Okay. But I can consume 100, I can consume 150. If I consume 150, I'm going to squeeze my organ, I'm going to squeeze my kidney, and then I age prematurely, and then I create a problem. Lung, large intestine, the energy of the lung, where does it have to go? It's when you cough, when the lung has a problem, you cough. So the energy goes out, and that's the problem. So the energy of the lung must go in and all direction, yeah? So it goes down. And then we have heart and small intestine. Heart is joy. And the energy of the heart, the joy, because this is all, we can connect to emotion, this. And then we go into the 5 elements. But the energy of the heart and small intestine, it goes in all direction, dispersed. It goes, if you laugh, if you take a child and you make it ticklish, and they laugh, and you disperse the energy, you don't have more energy, and if you do it too much, then after you cry. Because when you cry, you take your energy back. It's just a movement of energy. We don't exist. We are in relation of the energy. So I wanted to say all this because if you have to understand what you want to do with like a pain, so we're talking about pain, like headache, it's very common. Headache. Headache can be yin, can be yang. So if it's yin, it's substantial. If it's yang, it's energetic. Okay. If we use point, we consider more the yang energy because we are working in the meridian and we are working in the energetic system. If we want to work on the substantial system, we have to choose the diet, lifestyle, and everything. So we work with point, we work this aspect, and we work all the points that sends the energy down. So in that case, stomach and spleen. Sometimes we work gallbladder that goes up because this go down, that goes up, they unlock. There's something that obstructs, they unlock energetically, and then we can consolidate by using bladder or lungs point to consolidate, because we use the point on the head and the point on the legs to balance them. Any other? Let me see. I have some example. Anything is clear? Any questions so far? Is it good as explanation? Is it clear?
how would you treat the headache?
Okay, it's treating like somebody doesn't have a chronic headache, it's just for a moment. I would use the point in the head that send the energy down and consolidate on the legs. And it usually works. Like for a sore throat, that's another interesting thing. Because it's a combination of points, they change the direction of energy. Any pain is seen as a stagnation. The energy doesn't flow, there's an obstruction. And it can be obstructed by too much energy or not enough energy, they don't arrive. So if we have like sore throat, for sore throat, I use a combination of points pretty quick in the large intestine, because the large intestine meridian goes into the throat, and using also the point in the ear, the acupuncture point in the ear, which is very strong. Do you have any problem that we can use you? Like sometimes, shoulder problem or lower back. Yeah, because we have, in that case, lower back problem, this is very common. Very bad writing. So lower back, yin or yang again. What do you think? Is it more energetic or substantial, or more related to disalignment? Probably a combination, I would say. Because for humans, the difference between human and animals, they have two axes, because they have four legs. And we have to stay in one axis. It's very easy for us to get out of balance. So that's why it's important to do physical exercise and to maintain and stretch and be flexible, because all the joints, inside the joints, they must be flexible in order, if you go out of alignment, the body realigns itself. But if it's not flexible, you go out of alignment, then you get stuck in there, and then it's a defense mechanism to prevent the pain, and then the body will stop you until you realign. So in your case, in your case, as a self-diagnosis, what would you say? For example, I can tell you are out of line. I can tell from the clavicle. One is higher, one is deeper, and also you have a rotation. And also I can tell, so this. So I can give you a realignment. So without doing a massage, just giving you a realignment, because I see you fit, so you can take a realignment without working the muscle, preparing all the muscle, and that will make your lower back pain just disappear easy enough, because it's probably, if you are like, you stay like this or too much, the weight is too much in one side.
It's weird, because I don't know enough about it. What happens sometimes the coccyx just literally twists, and that's so painful.
Did you have any injury there?
Well, I just fell, and then I had 2 lipomas removed from the lower back.
Okay, so you had something in there. Yeah.
But then every so often, the coccyx just literally just turns and twists, and I do a lot of yoga and everything. Sometimes I feel I can't. I'm just sitting on this twisted coccyx.
So the coccyx just turn inside?
Literally, yeah.
Okay, and yet, wow. Is it broken?
No.
No?
Apparently not.
That's really weird.
Yeah, I know.
Very,
There's one for you for solve.
very unusual. Yeah, that's very unusual. Yeah. Yeah, but we have to see, how is the distribution of energy in the body. Anyway, for lower back pain, also, it's very common the position of the body, the structure is not aligned, because otherwise we are tailored, we are made up that if we are in balance, all the weight goes in the feet. So if I stand, everybody that have lower back pain, they stand on the heel. They just stand, I exaggerate. So the weight goes down and then comes back and stop in here. So we should unlock the knee. That's it. That's it. And like this, I can carry weight. If I have to take a luggage, I do that here, not in here. So the way we use our body. That's important because that's why I'm teaching people how to use their body. Because otherwise they end up with problems. So lower back pain, I would say it's in your case is a yang situation, because if it was a yin situation, there would probably be kidney, or there would probably be large intestine. Situation down there in the organs. And then, so we have to work food, we have to work emotion, but if it's energetic, it's the way you use your body. Any other?
What about a twisted ankle?
Twisted ankle because you... Yeah, but that's an injury.
That's yin.
That's an injury. You sprained ankle, if you sprain it. Yeah, that's an injury, and then you have to treat according to the damage done. So I need to check and see which part, if the ankle has collapsed, for example, and the arch of the foot need to be, that's very complicated, the feet. Feet are really, really, it's a structure, anatomically, they are very complicated because there's a lot of bones and they weight, they take a lot of weight and,
What happened energetically when you twist an ankle?
What do you mean energetically?
Like you have pain and it heats up. Why is it hot? And
Well,
what happens energetically? Is there energy stuck there that you need to unlock?
okay, it's up because it's if you sprain something, it generate heat. Yeah, so that's why when you sprain something, you put ice at the beginning, but then you can't put ice all the time. So then the body at the beginning creates an inflammation, so you stop, you don't walk. The pain that you feel, it's a defense mechanism, so you don't walk. Can you imagine you didn't feel pain? You break everything. So pain is a defense mechanism. Pain for the body and fear for the emotion is the defense mechanism that the nature has created for us. So what is more, fear is the best mechanism to prevent you to do something that it can be potentially harmful. You have fear of it. And the pain is the defense mechanism on the physical body, so you don't use that part. Otherwise, you're going to break everything. And if you don't feel any pain, any fear, you just die the first day. Yeah. So then, of course, this is as a range until 30-40% of pain and fear, you can take it. But if it's more like 80-90% of pain and fear, that's a problem. So we don't want to live there.
Lymphatic?
In practice,
Lymphatic system, so
drainage. Lymphatic system, yeah, it has much to do with the breathing, because the lymphatic system doesn't have any pump like the heart. So the breathe must be good. So the people usually they don't breathe. And the breathing is as lung and large intestine, they're paired. It's a relation with the environment in the present. So usually if it's something like that, it affects your lymphatic system. It's because there's too much worry and concern about situations that we are living over time. Yeah, doesn't allow. So there are some breathing exercise, and there are, and try to understand. This is from an energetical point of view. From a physical point of view, lymphatic system probably has to do with the endocrinal glands, the spleen, pancreas, or the thyroid, the regulation, autonomic regulation of the body. So our body is completely autonomous. We don't have to do anything. We just like our car. We take a car, we buy a new car, and it goes. And then, of course, you never check it up, sometimes breaks during the way, and then if you carry on, then it go into pieces. But you can maintain your car, okay? And our car, our body, our vehicle, it's very good because it works with emotions. You have to listen to yourself, to your need, fulfill your need, and try to listen to your body like a cat. Smell the food, you know. But now we don't do this anymore. Everything is so contaminated. Our lifestyle is so, and then we have what we have. We have, you know, they call it disease. It's not a disease. It's an imbalance. You can still rebalance. So there is a line, like a circle, which I call the point of no return. Everybody can heal and can come back to the original functioning of the body if they haven't reached the point of no return. If you reach the point of no return, then there's nothing you can do. You just go. And this is depending on how much energy you have. So somebody is 30 years old, but they use up all the energy because of drugs, because of war, because of maybe starvation, and then they have no more energy. They're not going to recover. Somebody is like 70 years old, but they still have energy, and they recover. They can live like 90, 100, whatever. It's all about energy and how we transform and use and deplete, whatever. You can do whatever we want. And the energy is mental, is physical, is emotion. Like the energy is this. I do this example. If you look at the stars out there in the universe, there are big masses. And there is a lot of energy also. What do you think? There's more masses or more energy? For your opinion, is there more energy there or more masses? More energy.
Yeah.
You see? It's the same. Energy produces masses, masses produce energy. It's the two different aspects of the same thing. Mass is energy, energy is mass. We see this because we used to think in a dualistic way, but if you think in a one way, okay, if you have a black hole is a mass, very dense. That means that something like that big can weight like this planet. This planet compress into that. That's create a black hole, and that's an attraction, is a gravity force, and that's the force, the energy. And everything goes inside, and all other planets, they go inside, the stars, they go here, until it's too big and explode and create again, you know. So the black hole has the white hole the other side. How does it work? I don't know, and I don't think anybody knows about it. They study on it, but this is out there is energy and masses, which is the same thing. And here is the same. My body is my energy, is also my mass. How much I have on it, I can have more or less energy depending on what I do, on what I don't do. I can tonify my kidney and, you know, practice something that gives you more energy, or I can do a lifestyle that draw energy from me. If I'm smoking like for 20 years and eat junk food and overdo everything, when I end up 40, I'm gonna have a lot of problems, and then, but if I know what to do, that's Chinese medicine. Chinese medicine was used in the past, 3,000-4,000 years ago, to allow people to do what they like to do. So to rebalance them. They use it especially for sexuality. Because everybody loves to do sex, but if you overdo, you're going to deplete your kidney, your essence, and so you go to the Chinese doctor, they rebalance you so you can keep on doing it.
What about if you don't do it?
If you don't?
If you don't do it.
If you don't do it, well, yin and yang. If you do too much sex, you have problem. But if you don't do sex, you still have problem. You have to do it according, yeah? You cannot do it. You cannot sleep. You know, what if you sleep too much, okay, if you don't sleep, you cannot sleep. There's no freedom. You cannot not doing things. You are here, you have to live your life, you cannot stay here and don't live your life. Well, you can, but you haven't lived your life.
It's like leaving dead.
I mean, whatever, according to our consciousness, but we are humans and we go brainwashed, we have conditioning, we go so many things. For what I'm saying, I say only human people have got disease. If you look at the nature, all the animals in the wild, they're perfect, they're happy, they do whatever they want, they sleep when they want to sleep, they wake up when they want to wake up. We know, we have the clock. Tick, 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 tick.
None of us is wearing a
Yeah.
watch.
So if you want, I think this is done as a yin and yang. I think you understand the basic. If you want a realignment, so you can experience.
You're not going to do one of those quick walks.
No, it's soft. Yes. Okay. I understand. No,
Freak me out.
I don't.
This is
I don't.
chiropractic, right?
Yeah, I don't do chiropractic. This is the Chinese medicine. They follow the way of the pleasure. Okay, it's not true the statement that say no pain, no gain. It doesn't work. Chinese medicine, pain, shiatsu, yeah, shiatsu, yeah. So we have to follow the pleasure way. So I'll just have a break, wash my hand, I'll be with you. Thank you very much. And for